Hello, good day everyone. Welcome back to our PCE 414, your Geothetical Engineering 1. So for today's discussion, our topic is direct shear test. So before we start for our main topic for this presentation about the direct shear test, so allow me to give credits to Engineer Renante Arang for the presentation na gagamitin natin for this topic. So kindly visit his YouTube channel also, where he is uploading lectures for calculus, AutoCAD, and some engineering subjects. So based on his channel, his present or his recent video is for statics of rigid bodies. Okay, so let us talk about what is the shear strength of soil, no, bago tayo pumunta sa direct shear test. So, based on the book of Braha M. Das, your shear strength of soil is the internal resistance per unit area that the soil can offer to resist the failure against sliding along any plane inside of it. So, for example, meron tayo ditong soil specimen. Okay, and we know, now going to your mechanics of deformable bodies, that your normal area is acting perpendicular to your contact area. So that is your normal stress. And normal stress is force over the area. Okay, so how about your shear force? Your shear force is acting parallel to the contact area. So that is your shear force. So ano ba yung pinag-uusapan natin dito? That is your shear strength of soil. So ano ba yung shear strength ng soil natin? No? Yung shear strength ng soil natin is ito yung kakayanan mismo ng soil natin to resist the shear force na binibigay sa kanya. No? Kasi if hindi natin hindi kayang ma-resist ng soil natin yung shear force na binibigay sa kanya, pwede tayong magkaroon ng failure, which is normally collapse, no, sa soil natin. So, based on the more column failure critical condition, binigyan tayo ng formula of tau is equals to C plus your normal stress tangent of theta phi pag pinag-uusapan natin yung direct shear test. So, unahin ko na lang muna ito. Okay? So, there are two properties of soil kapag yung direct shear, sulat ko na lang, okay? Direct shear test yung pinag-uusapan natin. At ano ba yung mga components na yun? No? That is your cohesion and your internal angle of friction. Okay? So, pag-usapan muna natin, ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng cohesion? Okay? So, pag sinabi natin cohesion, yan yung tendency ng mga soil particles natin to stick together. Okay? So, pag nag-stick together yan, ibig sabihin, saturated yung soil natin. No? Kasi nagsasama sila, nagkukumpol-kumpol sila. And ano ba yung mga example ng soil particles that is being stick together? Yan yung mga clays ninyo, yung mga peat, no, and etc. So, ano naman yung mga uncohesion soils natin? Yun yung mga dry soil ninyo, yung mga gravel, no? Nakakita na ba kayo ng kumpol-kumpol ang nag-stick together mismo na gravel? Wala, di ba? So, yun. No, yun yung mga type of soil particles na walang cohesion. Again, if that is dry soil, ibig sabihin that is not equals to cohesion, no, na pinag-uusapan natin. So, you have your angle of internal friction, no? Yan din yung nakikita natin sa soil ninyo. So, components ng formula for your direct shear, you have your tau as your shear stress, and you have your sigma as your normal stress. So, ibig sabihin, it will matter sa dalawang properties na ito yung ating magiging shear stress and normal stress. Okay? So, the greater the friction, no, na nagkakaroon between sa soils natin is the greater the normal stress na ibibigay. Okay? That is why it is very important for us civil engineers to know mismo yung shear strength ng soil natin. no? Because generally, saan man nafe-fail yung soil natin? No? Generally, yung soil natin is nagfe-fail siya sa shear. Okay? So, imagine na lang, no? Sige, ganito na lang. Imagine na lang na ito yung soil natin, tapos patungan natin siya ng structure natin, which is basically our footing and column. For example, sobrang laki, no, ng load na nilagay natin dito sa ating footing. Okay? So, if this is your soil, no, tapos hindi natin alam yung shear strength ng soil natin, ang mangyayari is magsaslide yung soil natin. No, magsaslide siya kasi hindi niya nakakayanan yung load na binibigay ng ating infrastructure. Okay? So, therefore, it is very important for us to know the shear strength of our soil. It's because, aside sa infrastructure natin, na malalangan man din natin yung bearing capacity nito. Okay, so kapag alam natin yung bearing capacity, no, malalaman din natin yung shear strength ng soil ninyo. So, ibig sabihin, kapag you have low shear strength, anong mangyayari? Kapag mababa yung shear strength ninyo, for example, sa mga, ano nga yun? No? Like for yung mga retaining walls na natin, kapag meron tayong low shear strength sa soil ninyo, anong mangyayari? No, sa mga soils natin, no, pwede tayong magkaroon ng landslide. No, that is why sa inyong earthquake or sa pag-seismic analysis natin, kapag meron tayong pinapatayong vertical infrastructure, it is very important na malaman anong soil type yung pagtatayuan natin. No? Kasi ito yung reason, no, para malaman natin yung shear strength ng soil mismo. Okay, so going to our direct shear test, no, it is a laboratory or a field test used by geotechnical engineers to measure the shear strength properties of soil or rock materials of a distinct continuities of soil or rock masses. So, this is the apparatus that will be used, no, sa direct shear test natin. So, you have your loading pad, your porous plate, your solid grid plate, your soil specimen, your porous plate, and etc. No? So, load hanger, dito natin ilalagay yung loads na gagamitin natin. Okay? So, I don't think if meron tayo nito sa I think meron tayong bagong apparatus for this one, no, para magamit natin for laboratory. So, sige lang, i-ask natin ang ating lab technician. Okay, so for direct shear stress, now we have a formula to be used. Okay, going back, alam natin na yung normal stress natin is acting perpendicular on the contact area. And we know that your normal stress is force over area. At yung shear force naman natin is acting parallel to the contact area at magbibigay ito ng shear stress, where your shear stress is equals to the shear force over the area. So, talking about the direct shear test, we have two components. First is that you have your normally consolidated clay, and this will represent the shear stress of the failure plane, and you have your effective normal stress. So, parang sa quadrant pa natin, your x quadrant will be your normal force and your y quadrant, that would be your shear force. Okay? Or yung tau na tinatawag natin. Okay? And connect that, no, as a right triangle, and yung angle between the normal stress and the shear stress is, yan yung tinatawag natin na angle of internal friction. So, using your SOHCAHTOA to get the formula for this one, you have your tangent of theta is equals to tau sub s over the sigma sub n. So, basic lang, no? Trigo lang. So, for your overly consolidated clay, which is we are considering a cohesive soil, again, cohesive soil are those soil particles that stick together. No? Gusto nilang sama-sama sila. So, You have here your cohesion, you have your normal stress or your effective stress, and you have here your shear stress. So, connect natin yan. This is your angle of internal friction. So, since kinakailangan natin gumawa, okay, paano ba mag-highlight dito? Kailangan natin gumawa ng right triangle. So, mag-e-extend tayo dito ng distance x. No? Because this height, okay, itong height na ito is for our cohesion. Okay? So, lahat dito is for normal stress and the vertical distance, no, in any point, basta vertical distance, that is your shear stress. Okay? So, you have here the functions that gagamitin natin in the susunod na mga problems. Your F is for your normal force, your V is for your shear force, sigma N is for your normal stress, tau S will be your shear stress, this is for your angle of internal friction, and C is for the clay. So, kung kukunin natin the formula or the value of your cohesion or your cohesive soil or the distance x, no, isolate lang natin itong triangle na to. Okay, nakikita nyo ba? We have two triangles here. This bigger triangle and itong smaller triangle na to. So, isolate natin yung smaller triangle, which is magbibigay pa rin siya ng right triangle. This is the x distance, this is the angle of internal friction, and that is your cohesion. Okay, so tangent lang tayo. Hindi na tayo babalik dito na. This is opposite, this is adjacent, and this is the hypotenuse. So, katawa pa rin tayo. Okay, so for this, ginamit natin is the tangent of theta, opposite over the adjacent. Okay, next formula is considering the bigger triangle. Itong triangle na to. Right triangle pa rin naman to, di ba? Okay, so that is tangent of theta. Tangent of theta is equal to the opposite, which is the shear stress, over the adjacent, which is the normal stress, plus yung x distance natin. Okay, trigo pa rin or algebra pa rin. Okay. So, this one is derived formulas lang, no? Which is right triangle pa rin, trigo pa rin tayo dito. Okay. So, for this formula, you have your TS or your tau S is equal to C plus your normal stress tangent of theta. Yan yung galing kay Moore-Coulomb criterion of failure, no, which states that this formula is pwede natin makuha by getting the cohesion and the internal of angle of friction, no. Okay, so this topic is very easy. It's because kapag alam mo lang kung ano yung given and marunong ka mag-trigo, which is the SOHCAHTOA, no, matik na, perfect na itong topic na to. Okay, so example number 1. So you have here a dry sand that is tested in a direct shear. The test procedure includes having a normal stress of 200 kPa imposed while the sample undergoes shearing. The sample fails when the shear stress reaches 135 kPa. So determine the internal friction of the soil. So a second sample of the same sand is also to be tested in a direct shear, but the applied normal stress will be 145 kPa. So what is the shear stress expected to cause the sample to fail? And last question is determine the shear stress at a depth of 5 meters if the unit weight of the soil is 15.8 kilonewton per cubic meter. So ito yung figure natin. Okay? Again, your x-axis is for your normal stress that is equivalent to 200 kilopascal. And next is for the vertical or for your y, that is 135 kPa. Okay, so connect lang natin yung dalawa. That is your failure plane and this is your angle of internal friction. Ma'am, sabi mo kanina ma'am, meron tayong cohesion na kinoconsider. Yes, meron. But take note, meron tayong dalawang properties na pinag-uusapan sa direct shear stress natin, which is the normally consolidated and overly consolidated. Kapag normally, hindi natin kinoconsider yung cohesion ng soil natin. Okay? So, that is why, kung nakikita ninyo, yung point ng failure plane natin is direct to 0. Kasi hindi naman sinabi sa problem kung ano yung value ng cohesion natin. Unless otherwise, if that is stated, therefore, hindi magiging 0 yung value ng cohesion. Okay? Sige. So, letter A is for the angle of internal friction. So, I guess, gagamitin lang natin yung SOHCAHTOA, which is the tangent of theta. So, that is just tangent of theta is equals to 135 over 200, where KPA here will be cancelled. Okay, pakisolve. That is arctan of 135 over 200. Is that equal to 34.019 degrees. Easy. Okay, next question. So, if the normal stress is 145 kilopascal, so ano na daw yung magiging value ng shear stress natin expected to cause the fail the sample? Okay. So, ayan na. So, binigyan tayo ng 145 na bagong normal stress. So, kung hanggang dito yung ating normal stress, ibig sabihin magkakaroon tayo ng bagong value ng shear stress natin. So, kukunin natin yan. Okay? So, nakikita nyo ba yung triangle na maliit? Ito, kung saan ko kinuha itong equation na to, is nanggaling sa bagong triangle natin. No, that is tangent of angle of internal friction, no, equals to the shear strength over the normal stress. So, since we have the value for your normal stress and we already know the value of your angle of internal friction, so, therefore, ano na, makukuha na natin yung value ng second shear stress natin. And kindly check if that is equivalent to 97.874 kPa. Easy. Try go lang. Okay? Next question is the shear stress at a depth of 5 meters. Okay? So, take note that binigyan tayo ng unit weight ng soil, which is 15.8 kilonewton per cubic meter. So, kunin muna natin yung normal stress and we know that is gamma H. So, since this is equivalent to kPa, no? Kilonewton per cubic meter times meter, cancel, maiwan is meter squared. Kilonewton per square meters, that is kilopascal. So, therefore, that is 15.8. That is 15.8 times 5. So, cancel, maiwan is square meters. And that is equivalent to 79 kilopascal. So, that is for your normal stress. So, hahanapin natin will be your shear stress naman at the third trial. So, basically, gagamitin pa rin natin yung tangent of internal friction equals to tau 3 over the sigma 3. Okay? So, the value for our shear stress at the third trial, that is 53.324 kilopascal. No? Paki-check ang value. And another example, no, for the direct shear test problem is that in a direct shear test, the soil was determined to have an angle of internal friction as 31 degrees. And the cohesion of 26 kilopascal of the normal stress is 150 kilopascal. So, let us try to determine the total shear stress and force that is required. Okay, force that is required in shear failure when the sample has a dimension of 50 by 50 mm and the height is 75 mm. Okay? For letter B, take note, hinahanap sa atin yung force that will cause a shear failure. So, anong klaseng force yon? That is your shear force. Okay? So, what are the given for this problem? So, you have your angle of internal friction. You have your cohesion. O, take note, ano yung unit ng cohesion natin? That is kilopascal. And ano pa yung given natin? You have your normal stress. Okay? So, this is the figure na pag-uusapan natin. So, tingnan natin to. Okay? So, since meron na tayong cohesion of the soil na kino-consider, which is equivalent to 26 kilopascal, ibig sabihin ano to? This is your overly consolidated soil. No? Ibig sabihin yung soil ninyo is nagsistick together. So, if that is the case, no, if i-project natin or i-extend natin yung failure plane ninyo, no, if this is your shear stress and this is your normal stress, so i-extend natin to from our plane, extend natin, and doon natin makikita yung angle of internal friction para makabuo tayo ng right triangle. Okay? So, since nandito natin nakikita yung angle of internal friction natin, and we know 150 kPa is hanggang dito lang, so ano gagawin natin? Mag-e-extend tayo ng distance x. Therefore, meron na tayong complete or isang malaking right triangle. No? Aside from that, meron din tayong maliit na right triangle. Okay? Pasok natin ulit ngayon yung concept ng trigo. Okay? So, question is the total shear stress. So, we have a formula of here. Tangent of theta is equals to Ts or tau s over c over tangent theta plus your sigma n. Saan ba nanggaling yan? Okay. So, ito yung titingnan ninyo. Ito yung malaking triangle na pinag-uusapan natin. Okay? So, isa-isayin muna natin, ha? So, tangent tayo. So, that is tangent of theta is equals to tau s. Ito yon because this is the opposite. Kasi yung adjacent. Ito, di ba yung adjacent? Over the adjacent side, which is x plus 150. Or wag natin i-150. X times your normal stress. Okay? So, we know that your angle of internal friction is 31. Your normal stress is 150. So, we have two equations with two unknowns. But, the question letter A is for your shear stress. So, kunin muna natin yung value ng X. Okay? Buti pa yung X may value. Okay? So, saan na triangle ba natin yung titingnan? No? Titingnan natin yan from the smaller triangle. Kasi right triangle pa rin, di ba yan? Okay? Isolate natin yan. Ito yung itsura. This is C, this is X, and this is your angle of internal friction, which is 31. And alam naman natin that your cohesion is 26. So, from the tangent of theta, that is C over X. So, that is tangent 31 is equals to 26 over X. So, paano nangyari ito? Itong C over tangent of, ano? Ito, I think ito yung gusto nyo itanong, no? So, paano nangyari yan? Sige, ulitin natin. Hindi natin ulitin. Erase ko na lang muna to. No, paano nangyari yan? So, nangyari lang naman dito is, dinerive niya lang yung formula, no? Which is cross multiplication. O, yan. So, x times tangent of theta, that is tangent of theta times x is equals to c. So, gusto niyang kunin yung value ng x natin. Dapat yung equation is in terms of x. So, anong gagawin? Divide both sides by tangent of theta. So, tangent of theta here will be cancelled. Therefore, yung value ng x natin is c over tangent of theta. Algebra lang. Okay? So, nagkaintindihan tayo doon. Okay? So, we have now a one equation with one unknown, which is for your normal shear stress. And that is equivalent to 116.129 kilopascal. Next problem is to determine your shear force so that malaman natin, no, yung force na required failure for the failure if the dimension is 50 by 50. So we know that your shear stress formula is shear force over the area. No. So since na-solve na natin yung shear stress natin, so apply lang natin sa formula. Alam na natin yung area, which is 50 mm by 50 mm. So, yung height dito, pang pagulo lang for this problem. No? Kasi hindi naman natin siya gagamitin. Ma'am, akala namin, ma'am, 50 by 50 mm yung unit. Yes, 50 by 50. But take note, 116.129 is kPa, or which is kilonewton per square meters. So, kailangan ba mm to? Tama ba if mm yung area? Mali. No? So, ko-convert lang natin yung mm to meters. So, we know that 1 meter is equivalent to 1,000 millimeters. So, that is why you have 0.05 by 0.05. So, this is meter squared. Therefore, meter squared here will be cancelled. And the unit of your shear force is in kilonewton. So, ilan yung value? That is 29 kilonewton. So, again, what if in newton yung tanong? No, we know that 1 kilonewton is equivalent to 1,000 newton. And therefore, you have 290 newton. Answer na yan. So, either of the two, pwede. No? Kasi hindi naman strict yung problem. Okay? Next example is that, so a soil sample is subjected to a direct shear testing on its normal water content. Okay? So, for one test, the sample fails at a shear stress of 3,000 PSF and the normal stress is at 4,000 PSF. In the second test na, so ibig sabihin may trial 2. The shear stress is 4,000 PSF and the normal stress is 6,000 PSF. So determine the following, which is the angle of internal friction and the cohesion. Okay? So ibig sabihin, no, ipaplat natin to into a table, no? Parang ganito yung nangyayari sa laboratory. Okay? Ipaplat ko muna to. Okay? So this is the trial. This is the yung shear stress, and this is the normal stress. So trial 1, trial 2. We have 2 trials lang man, 'di ba? Trial 1, trial 2. Sa trial 1, sabi niya, meron tayong 3,000 PSF. So, meron din tayong normal stress na 4,000 PSF. Ano ba yung PSF? That is pounds per square foot, no? So, for the second trial, we have 4,000 shear stress and we have 6,000 normal stress. Okay? So, kung ipaplat natin to sa ating diagram, no? Considering the more column failure of criterion, ito na yun. No? Again, the horizontal or the x-axis is your normal stress and this is your shear stress, yung vertical. No? So, if this is the zero quadrant, so kung hahanapin natin yung maximum, saan ba natin makita yung maximum? Tama ba? Sa pinakadulo. Okay? Kung hahanapin natin yung total shear stress natin, makikita natin yan sa dulo. If this is your failure plane. No, yun pala yung nakalimutan ko kanina. Failure plane natin. So, palaki ng palaki yung value natin. Therefore, no, kung napapansin niyo, linearly increasing siya. Kapag nag-i-increase yung value ng normal stress natin, nag-i-increase din yung value ng ating shear stress. Okay? Baliktad yung pag-drawing, dapat pa ganyan, no? Kasi lumalaki siya. Nagets niyo naman yung point, di ba? Okay? So, hahanapin natin yung value ng cohesion at ng ating internal angle of friction. So, dito, given na lahat ng stresses, so madali na lang. Okay? Angle of internal friction. So, meron kayo dito, tangent of theta is equals to for the value for the first trial and value for the second trial, which is inequate nila. So, ano ba yung nakikita nila? Ano ba yung nakikita ni Sir Orang? No, bakit niya ginawa to? So, ganito lang yan. Okay? For trial 1, ito yung triangle na nakikita ni Sir Orang. Okay? Isolate natin yan. Kapag in-isolate natin yan, ganito yung itsura niya. This is your tau 1. This is your sigma 1. So, ito yung cohesion at ito yung x distance. This is your angle of internal friction. So, kung nakikita ninyo, meron tayong dalawang triangle. Okay? For this formula, ito lang yung gusto kong tingnan nyo. For this formula is galing sa triangle na to. So, tangent tayo dito. No? Ito yung triangle na pinag-uusapan natin. No, triangle lang. No? So, that is tangent of theta is equals to tau 1 over, di ba ito yung complete adjacent side natin? So, that is x plus your normal stress 1. Nuggets? Okay. So, how about for this equation? For that equation, ito naman yung triangle na nakikita ni Sir Orang. Okay. Ito naman yun. I think dapat this is 2 na, no? 2 na dapat yan. Hindi yun nakita ni Sir Orang. Charot lang. Okay, so this is TS2. Okay, so kung i-isolate natin yan, that is your shear stress 2, this is your internal angle of friction, this is x, and this is sigma 2. So, tangent pa rin. So, tangent of theta is equals to your tau 2 divided by x plus sigma 2. Doon naman yun ang galing. Since they are the same, came from the equation of tangent of theta. So, ibig sabihin, pwede natin silang i-equate. Equation 1, equate natin sa equation 2. So, ano yung missing dito kapag in-equate natin? So, the missing one, or we have one equation with one unknown, and the unknown is the distance x. Again, saka lang tayo nagkakaroon ng x distance kapag may kino-consider tayong cohesion. At yung cohesion na yan is pumapasok if overly consolidated yung soil natin. So, x distance is equivalent to 2,000 PSF. So, kunin natin yung value ng angle of internal friction natin. Pwede dito galing sa equation 1, pwede din sa equation 2. Kayo bahala. Magbibigay pa rin yan ng the same answer. But for this equation, subukan natin yung equation number 1. Okay? And that is equivalent to 26.565 degrees. And that is the angle of your internal friction. Next is to solve for the cohesion of your soil. O, yung C naman yung hinahanap natin. Nakikita nyo ba kung ano yung equation na pwede natin gawin dito? Iko-consider pa rin ba natin yung malaki na triangle? Pwede naman, no? Which is this triangle, compare natin sa bigger triangle, no? Which is the ratio and proportion. Pwede naman. Pero, I suggest, huwag na natin pahirapan yung sarili natin, no? Kasi nakikita nyo ba tong triangle na to? No? From this triangle, pwede na natin makuha yung value ng ating cohesion o isolate ko. Isolate ko. So, this is the smaller triangle. This is the angle of internal friction. That is the cohesion. And this is x. We know that the value of your x is 2,000, the value of your internal angle of friction is 26.565. O, isang side na lang yung unknown. At paano natin yan kukunin? That is using tangent of theta, c over x. Okay, so that is tangent of 26.565 equals to your cohesion divided by the 2,000. And that is equivalent to 1,000 PSF. And that is the answer. Okay, and that ends the discussion for the direct shear test problem. So if you have any concern and clarification about this topic, so don't hesitate to ask me, no, or to tap me. You know where to find me naman din. Okay, so thank you everyone and God bless.